Richard Copeland started and grew a construction business that brings in more than $150 million a year, employs more than 200 people, and is praised for its work on high-profile local projects ranging from U.S. Bank Stadium and TCF Bank Stadium to a number of Target stores and countless residential projects throughout the state. His Thor Construction also has expanded to 7 other states and has been honored as one of the most successful minority-owned businesses not only in Minnesota, but in the nation. Pretty impressive for someone who started out by hauling scrap in a pickup truck after being fired from the family trucking business.
I had an old pickup truck, and I'd always do stuff on the side and odd jobs. But then that became my primary job real quick. Started, they used to tease me and say I was like Sanford and Son. It was a popular show back then. And over a case of beer one night, they wrote Thor Construction on the side of my truck. And it started as a joke, that I'd show up and people were like, well, Thor, you don't appear to be like what we thought Thor would look like when he came to our door. And it stuck. And now it's a joke no more.
Doing odd jobs led him to Northern States Power one day after noticing some of its workers idling on a street corner, figuring he could do their work faster and better if only the utility would give him a chance. To his surprise, it did.
Made the hair stand up. When I had hair, but best stand up on the back of my neck. And I went to work day and night producing those work orders. Midnight, get home and bill them out. And I did like $80,000 that year doing work for the utility company. That's how much work we do in 5 minutes now.
Growth was slow but steady, with the company hitting the $1 million mark in revenue in the early 1990s. Thor began to expand quickly in the 90s as it secured large contracts through organizations that support minority business development, such as Mortenson Construction. There were plenty of tough times along the way, though, most recent of which was coping with the Great Recession. Copeland spent 2 months working nearly 80 hours a week, figuring out ways to pay vendors and keep layoffs to a minimum.
I have this fear of failure, so adversity, I take it on head on all the time. And other people seem to avoid adversity, where I try to plow through it because the notion of how adverse something isn't nearly as bad as the reality of it. And so get it handled, get it behind you, move forward, get up. I get really aggressive about being successful. I get aggressive fulfilling my word, doing what I say I'll do. And a lot of times you can't. And when you can't, it's an opportunity to renegotiate what you can do as quickly as you can to clear the air so there's not inconsistent assumption about what's going on.
While Copeland has no firm timetable for retirement, he is informally planning to turn Thor over to Ravi Norman, the CFO turned CEO, who's led a resurgence in the company's revenues over the past few years, and whom Copeland classifies as a prodigy when it comes to evaluating and nurturing young construction-related talent.
My story will be told and is being told, but the final chapter hasn't been written yet. I've made a mark, done a lot of great things. I've brought employment to underutilized markets. I'm proud of what I've given back, and I'm proud of how the business have been set up to continue to deliver the things that I felt and feel are important to build a stronger community. Thor Construction is looking to relocate our headquarters over on the north side of corner of Plymouth and Penn, right down the street from Heritage Park, which we built, and where I live now. In fact, I live about 100 yards from where I was born because I was born in the projects there. And so I look out my window and everything I can see I built, as far as the eye can see, and I'll be able to walk to work. And so it's kind of come full circle. A crazy, crazy trajectory.